Hi friends, hello. Now I will make a video about manifestation, a longer video, because I see some of my videos actually got a lot of views, and especially that one about my past life with my knee, and where I talked about that tonight. This night, I also had that dream about my knee. So I think that is underrated or maybe overlooked topic, that the past life and so on. Um, but 27 minutes is a lot of time, so I will cover two topics. Let's start with past life. And how can you know your past life? What to expect when you know it, and where to look for it. First, we need to have some fundamentals in manifestation in place. And this fundamental is things always happen in a natural way. The next fundamental is everyone is you pushed out. And the last fundamental is reincarnation. Of course, there is a lot more fundamentals in reincarnation than just these three. Let's get to business. When we manifest, when we get born as a child, our first 11 years on this planet is controlled mainly by our past life. From my experience, actually, the first 4 years of my life actually was controlled by my past life entirely. This means I got born in China. I got adopted to Denmark. That was the first thing from my past life that actually replicated. Very interesting situation. And this kind of stuff actually happened a lot of times in my life in different ways. So, the first 4 years of your life is actually controlled by your past life entirely and 100%. The next 7 years is controlled by your past life, but your present life and the current state of consciousness in the society actually starts to pushing out your past life beliefs. Like when wastewater gets in a combined drainage and gets mixed with the rainwater, and at the last time there is no more smell from the wastewater because it is so mixed up. But actually, there is a little warning about that I will come to later on in the video, because it is not so simple. But actually, your first 11 years on this planet, especially the first 4 years, is controlled by your past life. How to know your past life? How to know about it? Actually, if you take an inventory of your body and look of all that problems, health problems you have, big and small, you will see these health problems actually stems from, some of the health problems is of course from this life, but sometimes you can find traces of your past lives. When I was a kid and up until now, I had an unexplainable pain in my left knee. I did not know about my what it is and why I did get that pain. I had been at the doctors many times, I remember. I even had got my knee scanned in the hospital so many times I cannot count of them. And we could not find anything. The doctors could not see something, they could not find anything. And I asked myself, why is it I have this knee pain? That doesn't fit into my usually used theory about my past life, even today. But in July this year, or maybe August, I'm not sure about that. I forgot to write a date on my dream in my diary. So this dream was about something in my past life, and in that dream I actually got shot in my left knee. I didn't believe it was my dad in my past life because my dad is way more violent and scary, but that shooting incident actually come in my dream, and even this night I dreamed about having pain in my knees, but not so much. What did I do with that? I tried to trace something down and see if is there someone that had shot me in my past life, and is it possible I can see traces here? I figured out perhaps it is not in this life, it is not in the manifestation of that is so distant that it must be something on television I had seen that can be a sign. And yes, I figured that out. And I said, maybe it is some kind of gang battle I was caught in that past life. Then I figured that out. Then I turned off the roll. That is the easy part. And then my knee stopped hurting a lot. It still hurts a little bit sometimes from time to time, but it started fading out. So this was a past life incident actually. I hope that makes sense, my friends, about past life. That was a very, very short and concise explanation of that. Of course, I will not dig into my real past life incident that wiped me out in my past life, because that could be sensitive somehow. But what I want to say about that is, when you take an inventory of your childhood and look for your past life and roles in your past life, you may not find it in the real world. Actually, I did. Sadly enough, I did find it in my real world, but you may not find it in the real world. Sometimes it can be on a cartoon movie, animation movie, or afternoon series or something like that. Sometimes it can be in an adult movie like James Bond or something. It can be anywhere where you see in your childhood. But do not discount a fictional villain when you do manifesting, because your subconscious mind don't know the difference between real world and fiction. Actually, you can write something like, I am good at something like I don't know, good at playing tricks like Jerry in Tom and Jerry, or you can write something like that, and it will manifest in some strange way. Sadly, the sad story is there is no movie on this planet that you can actually dig into and manifest yourself to without getting any troubles. And this comes to the next issue when you deal with a past life belief. You cannot just assume you are another person, because if you assume you are another person, you actually got it with all these problems that comes with it. I had it to learn it the hard way, and this is why I don't usually do that. When we want to cure something from our past life or even from our present life, you do it by core beliefs. And may I say, mental illness and some few physical illness can be cured by control beliefs and responsibility beliefs. Physical illness and defects like my knee or something like that can mainly be controlled by stability beliefs, some control beliefs, and some responsibility beliefs. Responsibility is actually a all-around belief. It is anywhere, so that you can also always use in any situations if you know how to do it. Core beliefs is actually not mentioned in the Book of Thomas. Only our 5 main passion is mentioned. Core beliefs have something to do with our language. So this is also a way to know it. This was almost about past life. There is a thing more. When you deal with past life, maybe you had seen something in your childhood your parents discarded or dismissed. Someday in my childhood, I was 5 years old or something like that. I accidentally said my passion for hoses and pipes actually come from my past life, and my parents didn't like that. And said you had got that passion from your childhood. No. How could a child get into the kitchen on a ship as a 5-year-old child get into the kitchen at a ship and find the area with the pipes and fittings? No, that is too advanced for a little child. So this is why, because the odds for finding that kitchen was actually 1 out of 400 or 1 out of 1,000, I guess. So that was an interesting situation. And I did it at a hotel too, later on or before, I don't remember, but I also did it there. Another thing I did in my childhood that also may have scared someone was talking about something that is called a Sanskrit. This is SANSWIT. That is actually also a scary thing, because Sanskrit is a mystical word for flat cable spreaders, suction truck and suction hoses, and spillways in dams. These 3 things is a part of that main passion I have that is called Sanskrit. But that is also a very scary thing. And actually I have 3 mystical dreams from my childhood that also encircles Sanskrit topic. That is a dream about an island or something golden out in the sea. I see from the beach and swim out to. The next dream is about a silver pipe. Actually a pipe made out of silver. And the last part of this trilogy of dream is actually a wastewater pressure pipe that also was laying around in the town I lived in. These 3 dreams actually combines, and later on they was combined in a special dream that is called the 3 doors. Actually I saw a manifestation of the 3 dreams about 3 doors this summer, but this was Monty Hall problem. The Monty Hall, this was not main passion, again Sanskrit. So my passion Sanskrit. So this was also some of the scary things I came up with in my childhood, Sanskrit. So this was scary. It is not Sanskrit like in India. It's Sanskrit. That is a special word. But Sanskrit and Sanskrit actually look like each other, and they are spoken at the same way almost. But there are a lot of difference between it. So this was about past life. Now I will take on another topic that is also very prudent, especially in relation to reincarnation. This is why I will cover these 2 topics here in this video. If you want to be a manifestation coach and teach people how to manifest, do not be lukewarm. Be hot and or cold, not lukewarm. The book of Revelation. Because otherwise your imagination cannot handle your life anymore. I had experienced some certain manifestation codes starting looping and playing the old record over and over again without taking notice of what I had written in comments to his video about the main passions, core beliefs, control beliefs especially, and so on. He had used 15 years, maybe 20 years to restore his life, where I actually used less than 3 years. Actually, I guess I used 4 years. No, almost 4 years. It was from August 2020 to March 2024. This was yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It was almost. It is 3 years and 8 months. I used instead 20 years. How did I do that? Well, my guess is he wrote almost 100,000 beliefs, or maybe 40,000 beliefs. I only wrote, actually I wrote almost 10,000 beliefs, but I think it is very much less than he wrote, because I actually target the real issues behind my problems. Even if people don't like to hear it, I actually target it. So in 2022, when I was stuck with manifestation and could not get further, and I thought, I already started changing belief at this time, because somehow I was forced to it in June 2022. But in 2022 September, I actually was very upset because the relationship with my father was deteriorating much worse, and I didn't like him anymore. So what did I do? Well, I must admit, I asked the universe, instead guessing from here and to the world's end by about what was in my subconscious mind, I actually asked the universe about it. I wrote, why was it so easy to know which beliefs that was the cause for the problems with my relationships with my father? Thanks for the answer. Now it's fixed. And now I have control over my life. Basically, I wrote. Then the universe actually was very genius, because I ran over to a neighbor and was very upset, and he told me, Michael, you are an adult. You can take care of yourself. You don't need your father anymore. Then it struck me. I had in my school, in my middle school, I remember that kid that say, I will never be adult. And then that was awesome, because things started changing. I started writing like I am always adult, I am responsible, and so on. The whole September, the rest of the September, from the 12th September and to almost 3rd October, I actually didn't had issues at home anymore. But the fight was not over, because in 2023 I actually got a revelation that say The belief is I am always the best one at taking responsibility for important decisions and so on. Then I start writing these, and the world changed very drastically. Some kind of a sad way it started changing in, but things got better, and then in July 2023 I got the belief about role control, so that enabled me to turn off things, patterns and people in my subconscious, which means I did things more well. So the three core beliefs, control, responsibility and stability, is actually a fact. Even if it is not mentioned in the Bible or scripture anywhere, it is still a fact. Because responsibility is a fundamental, control is also a fundamental, and stability is also a fundamental. And you can apply it to anything you meet. You just need to modify it a little bit. This is what I figured out. Afterward, you know the story. I broke free from my relationship with my father, and life is good now. Very good. But I have a feeling the universe is not finished with the restoration process. So let's see. But where do I want to go with that story? Actually, I want to explain for you. You can be guessing about your what is in your subconscious mind. You can be guessing at that until the cows come home or until the sun's burn out. Because guessing, I don't like that. So I asked the universe about what is in my subconscious mind and how to fix it. And the universe actually delivers these Easter eggs and tips about beliefs. Now I start getting a lot of revelations about it. And it is funny to watch out for. So, if you are a manifestation coach, always be flexible. Even when you think you had learned anything, still be flexible. There may be more to learn. Actually, there is some of the beliefs that triggers me a little bit still, because it looks strange to make beliefs around the fictional characters. But there was a cartoon movie that actually was some part of the cartoon movie actually was a part of my past life, and that cartoon movie was up in my face in 2011. It was also in 2011 my passion for flat cable spreaders actually started manifesting. And today I have a flat cable spreaders and some home DIY flat cable spreaders too. So what I want to say about this is, if you want to learn people about manifestation, do not be lukewarm, because someday something will happen that will screw up the things you had achieved. It will mess up big time. So never be lukewarm. Always teach people the truth. This is what I had learned. Always teach the people the truth. I could restore my life in 4 years almost. Someone used 20 years in restore his life because he did not ask the universe about his beliefs and his subconscious mind. Therefore, he did not restore his life. Yes, he did, but it took 20 years. I restored it in 4 years, so it was cheap, easy, and well done. And it is very doable too, because these manifestations will last forever and even into my next life and next life again. So asking the universe when you want to restore parts of your life or big parts of your life is very good. Because no one, even not you, knows what is in your subconscious mind, but your subconscious mind actually knows what is in it, because it is your subconscious mind that stores all the informations. Therefore, you can ask the universe about the belief, like responsibility for me. But actually, the universe was not out looking for responsibility in my case. What I figured out later was actually the universe was tempting me to create another belief related to responsibility. And this is, I always have control over Sally's role in my ability to take responsibility for important decisions. Of course, it is not Sally, it is my father I think about. But that belief was what the universe was out for. Because I asked about my relationship to my father, therefore I got this belief. Because sometimes some people catch me in saying the IQ of people is dropping in the Western societies. Of course, it is because I'm talking to people that is not manifesting, but the people that knows manifesting will actually figure out very, very soon. I actually talk about the belief about responsibility. This comes to the last part of the video. How do I know there is no golden rule? My father had a very, very nasty expectation and perception of me. That actually destroyed my life. The second time, actually. The first time it was my past life that messed up. Second time that was the external belief about responsibility, also known as the outside belief about responsibility. Like, and I think I know what he had in his perception. He must have beliefs like Michael is always the baddest one at taking responsibility for his life and so on. This was what was in my father's subconscious, and I had to figure out a way to battle that in order to break free. Of course, I don't know about manifestation, and but still, I am very angry at him because it did so much damage to my life, and this is why I need to restore my life a second time, because I restored it in 2015, but now I need to restore it again. The bad beliefs about responsibility, outside responsibility, is not from my past life, because it is not my belief. I cannot have an outside responsibility about myself. So this is not from my past life. That I know for sure. And that what I'm about, I always have control over my ability to take responsibility. That one is not a natural belief. Therefore, it can slightly not be in your subconscious mind as a child. Yes, it can. But it will not be there from the nature side. And when you had not used manifestation before, that belief actually will not exist. This is something you need to learn. Never ever be rigid when you want to learn people manifestation. Always be flexible. I will admit I had some troubles with the manifestation of a specific person, but I think breaking free of a toxic relationship and manifesting a specific person is the same thing. It is just done differently, with different beliefs, because when you want to manifest a specific person, yes, there is some control beliefs. But there also are some responsibility beliefs, a lot of responsibility beliefs, when you want a specific person. but you still want to turn off toxic traits, toxic roles, toxic people, toxic patterns in your life in order to manifest your specific person and make them stay with you. But core beliefs is easier. About main passion. Main passion is a great asset. If you restore your main passions, you will have greater and far better control over your life, because now you have your main passions. A main passion can be against you or with you. That also is written in the book of Thomas. If you have this, it will save you. If you don't have it, it will kill you. This is about main passion, and I can see it very, very clearly also because I got a revelation about it. So having control over your main passion is actually a great asset, because then you can do even greater things. It is not just about assuming something when you face so big issues in your life. Actually, it is about manifesting it, specifically by targeting beliefs and control beliefs. This video is already long, so I will stop here, but there is a lot more to this topic, and it is a very frustrating topic for me even, when I see people teach the 10% of the truth. Bye bye.